We're back with album review.
What is up, peeps?
Yo, what's up, Luke? I feel like you haven't been on in a while.
Well, work's been a pain.
I
but
got
I've been
you.
working.
So, Zack picked the album. He's not here this week, but we have House of Pain's self-titled album, House of Pain, or his subtitle is Fine Malt Lyrics. So, Zack probably had more context than I could give, so I don't have much to give. This is an artist that he did Artist of the Week on back in the day, if anyone remembers that series.
Vaguely.
Yeah. It was a series where Zack would look at an artist in a week span and like at their entire discography and just like give his thoughts on it. It used to be on the podcast, then it became its own show. But that's all I got for that. And as for this album, I don't have much context. They're kind of a one-hit wonder, to be honest.
I don't want to say they're a one-hit wonder because they're not, but when you, in the grand scheme of things, people only really know Jump Around, but they still have a lot more to offer.
But the interesting story behind this album is that when they went to Tommy Boy Records, there was one artist, or there was one rap group that also was trying to go to them at the time, and they were competing for who would get picked. And House of Pain is the one that got picked to be picked up by Tommy Boy Records, and they would produce all their music. But Shen, you might not know this. Do you know the group that they passed up on over these guys?
No.
They passed over on Wu-Tang Clan.
I had a feeling that's what you were going to say for some reason.
Yeah.
That's a miss.
So, I mean, it makes sense at the time because rap was trying to become this super popular thing, and this is just how it is, to be honest. But you know how you get a bigger audience? Appeal to white people. So they pulled out a white group full of rappers or rap people, and they made this group called House of Pain. And this is probably their only album that most people would even know of. Like, they have 2 other albums together, and they would separate from here. But the group's made up of 3 guys: Everlast, the main rapper on here, Danny Boy, the other rapper, and DJ Lethal, who did all of the production and work for the album.
And is also known for being with the notorious new metal rock group Limp Bizkit.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
DJ
that
Lethal was
DJ.
also with Limp Bizkit, which he would do after his time with House of Pain. So, there you go. There's some connections for you.
Yeah, dude.
But I guess we could just jump into the albums. I don't really have much else to say.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I have one criticism.
Yeah?
The fucking single has been played millions upon millions of times.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when we get to that.
Dude.
But the intro track, Salutations, it's literally just them like chanting the House of Pain. There's not much to it, really. So it's give or take whether you like it or not.
Just an intro.
Yeah. But then that leads to the big one, Jump Around. Everyone has heard this song. Everyone's heard it 100,000 times. I don't care. It's still a banger.
It's a classic.
fun.
Like,
It's a
our
classic.
Song, and that's why everyone's heard of it. It's a
Yeah.
classic.
This
I
is their
hear-
big hit.
I
get-
hear this song every fucking night.
The beat is so polarizing, or not polarizing, but like it's so like distinct that
Yeah.
like it gets
Mesmerizing.
either you hate it because you've heard it a million times, or I mean like it makes it harder to like it just because
Yeah.
if you hear that beat a million
I
times.
try and
over.
factor that out, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying too. Yeah, like, it's a great song. That's why
Yeah,
it's
it's a
it's a
banger.
classic that everyone
Yep.
knows.
This is what the group is known for. This is probably what everybody knows them for, which understandably so. But what's
Probably
after the biggest
probably
hit?
the best song, like face value on
Yeah.
Probably the
album,
best
too.
track, to be
Yeah.
honest.
But yeah, the next one is Put Your Head Out.
This one's not bad. I don't mind this one.
Yeah, I like this one. Similar vibe to Jump Around. Like you can really get a good sense of House of Pain's sound from the
Yeah.
first 2 songs.
Lots of energy, lots of fun little flows here and there,
Yeah.
but nothing too crazy. Because again,
Yeah.
this is in '92, so rap
fitting for
wasn't
the time, I guess.
Yeah, rap wasn't as insane aside from like West Coast stuff, which was big at the time.
And like a lot of the beats on this album, like they're not anything crazy, and they're just loops that are like repeated throughout most of the song.
Yeah,
But like I guess for the time, like that was probably the sound you wanted.
Yeah.
Like it probably was good.
and sometimes you don't want like a too crazy of a beat. You want something that's like short and catchy,
Yeah. So.
something that everyone could like pick up on.
Yeah.
What's the next track?
The next track is Top of the Morning Tea.
Probably the second biggest track off the album. I like this one a lot.
I like
is
this one
a
too.
vibe.
I didn't know anything about them before listening to the album, so I didn't know that they were like Irish American.
Very Irish band,
and
right
yeah, they
here.
really are upfront with it. Like,
Yeah, they wear it like a badge of honor.
but that's cool. I think
Yeah.
Do you know where they're from? Are
They
Western?
originated in LA, but they do a lot of work, I'm pretty sure, in the East Coast, if I remember correctly.
Gotcha.
The next one is Commercial 1.
There's nothing to it. It's literally just a guy saying, like, House of Pain again.
Yeah,
But then it leads into the next track.
House of the Rising Sun.
House and the Rising Sun.
Oh,
Yeah, wrong track.
Wrong one.
I like this song, too, though. I think, again, another rockin' sound to it.
Yeah,
I love the energy once again.
I liked it overall. I didn't love. Was it like a saxophone or something? That was
Yeah.
repeated on the beat. I didn't love the sound of
Yeah,
that.
again, some of the beats are a little strange,
Got a
just
little-
because they're too simple.
Very repetitive sounding.
Yeah.
After a while, but yeah, not terrible.
Yeah.
Next one is Shamrocks and Shenanigans.
I really like this one.
Funny title.
This is a fun one. Probably one of the more memorable tracks on the album, too.
Yeah.
That's one that, like, I still remember after listening to it.
Mm-hmm. Especially because there's a remix of it.
Yeah,
later.
which we'll get to later.
Yeah. The next one is House of Pain Anthem original mix. On
Yeah,
Spotify.
this one's cool. It's got an interesting beat to it. It's a lot slower.
Yeah, definitely comes off as an anthem. It's
Yeah.
just them. There's not much to it, like no substance to it really. It's just them rapping about them.
Yeah.
Their House of Pain.
Mhm.
But yeah. Danny Boy, I like the sound of that one.
This is another one of my favorite ones. This one's really fun. This one shows off a bit of Danny Boy on there, obviously.
It sounded like something that Tupac would rap on too. Like they kind of rap with a similar cadence to Tupac at times. It must be Danny Boy, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this one really sounded like it fit in with the time that it came out. Definitely.
Yeah, this is probably my second favorite off the album.
Yeah, I like that one. And it was short. It was like
Yeah,
less
it's
than
one of the
2
shortest
minutes.
ones.
Guess Who's Back?
This one's not bad. I like the sound of this one,
Huh.
too.
I wonder who stole that title.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Turn it into a lyric, I should say.
Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe we'll touch on that album another day.
Yeah.
Commercial 2.
Another, like, the first commercial. It was
Yeah.
like, the House of Pain.
Really
Don't
well.
enter the House of Pain or whatever.
Put on your shit kickers, dude. That's a fight song.
I like
right
this
there.
I like
one.
the vibe of this one a lot.
That is a fight song.
It's another really fun one. Just go and kick some shit with your shit kickers, you know? Fucking love that shit.
Start moshing.
That's how you relate to the white boys listening to the album. It's like, man, I like my shit kickers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see where the audience they were trying to lean towards, like more people to try and listen to it, which it's kind of a polarizing topic to talk about because like it makes a lot of white rappers seem kind of corny and just doing it to cash a check, which that's a topic which is more for when we talk about like rappers like Eminem and whatnot, because that's what they had to go through too.
Yeah.
But he's the one that's like conscious about it, whereas these guys they're just riding on their high at the time.
Yeah.
What's next?
Come and get some of this.
This one's okay.
Yeah. This one was okay.
Yeah, like some of the later tracks I think are just okay, personally.
Yeah. Again, just more beat loops.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know anything about the DJ, and I don't know anything about how they recorded the album. Like, if it was
Yeah.
live DJing for each song or what.
Right.
But, like, it was good DJing overall. It's
Yeah.
just, like, I don't know. For an entire song to be mostly the same beat, usually by the end of the song, you're like,
Yeah.
It's alright.
And say what you want about Limp Bizkit, like, their backings, like, the instrumental side of them is not bad. Like, DJ Lethal, I think, had a pretty good career there with some of the songs and albums they'd worked on. Which I'm not a Limp Bizkit fan by any means, but, like, credit where credit is due. Like, their production was always, like, decent.
Yeah, dude.
So what's the next track?
Life Goes On.
This one's alright.
Okay.
It's a memorable, like, chorus just because it's like, and life goes on. I don't know.
Because it's repetitive. And that's why
Yeah, it's like,
memorable.
again, just trying to do their best to get something that people remember.
Yeah. Next one is One for the Road. This one actually did sound cool.
Yeah, I like this one too.
What were they talking about? Taking a beer for the road? Or they fucking,
Just one for the road.
Yeah, I don't know actually what that means, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
that one was alright.
Feel It.
Feel It was also just like okay.
That one was a little bit slower compared to the other songs.
maybe they wanted you to feel it.
Maybe.
But
But it was like kind of long for
yeah.
what it was. I thought.
Yeah,
4 minutes.
I feel like there wasn't enough there to really extend it to that long, personally.
Oh, Be Real just went off.
Ah, well, I'll have to get it after. Fuck Be Real.
And then the last real song, I guess, on the track list, All My Love.
Yeah, which is pretty much him like thanking everybody
Yeah, just
for
an
like the
outro,
second half.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's like an
And
outro track.
talking-
It's alright.
Thanking all the people.
Yeah, if you worked on the album or if you're a big fan of these guys, it's cool to listen to that one. And then we get to the 2 remix tracks.
Yeah.
There's the Jump Around remix, is the first one.
Mid.
It was okay.
Mid.
You thought it was mid?
Yeah, that was fucking mid. They didn't need to remix it.
I guess so, yeah.
I guess, and it was a very, very different remix because it took out the main
The
sound
jump.
that you're used
Yeah.
to in the beat, like that.
Yeah.
It was just gone, so it's interesting to listen to, but
Here is the next one, or the final one, I should say. It's Shamrocks and Shenanigans, and it's a remix. Boom, Shalak, Shalak, Boom, with Butch Vig. Butch Vig is the sound engineer and the producer for Nevermind from Nirvana.
Ah.
That's the dude, man. That's
the year
him.
before this.
That's
That was
the
1 year
dude.
before this album, so.
Yeah. So I guess that makes sense they would get him on there. And
And,
you could tell, like, it's got, like, a more rockin' sound, a lot more, like, guitars and, like, heavier sound to it compared to the rest of the album.
This was 92?
Yeah.
Correction. Nevermind's 91.
Yeah.
This is a year after.
Right,
Yeah,
that's what I was
gotcha.
trying to
Yeah,
say.
that's what we thought you meant.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to listen to that one, and I don't know, I kind of like it just as much as the original, if not maybe more.
I like this one
Yeah,
better.
it
I like
sounded
this
cool
mix
to
better.
me. I did like the original song too.
Yeah.
So I thought that it was cool that they did a remix of that one.
Yeah, definitely like the 2 most notable tracks they gave good remixes to.
Yeah.
But that's the album. I guess I'm gonna do final thoughts real quick. The real ones. I think this album is actually kind of good. I don't know how you guys might feel about it, but it's definitely like a staple of like the early 90s sound. They would release 2 albums after this and they wouldn't be as good as this one. Second one's not bad from what I've heard. Go watch Zack's review, he'll tell you more about it. And third one was okay is what I've heard. But this one's their best one and I think it's pretty good. It's got some misses on it, but you know,
Yo.
I think it's just alright. Final thoughts, Luke?
I dig the album. I had a few misses on this. I really didn't like a few of these songs because
Yeah.
of the blandness of the song.
Yeah.
However, the hits hit.
too.
The hits did hit, so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
I will say there is some misses on here personally, but I think there's a lot of good on here in my opinion. But
Shall we go to ratings?
we'll go to ratings. You can give yours first since you're picking
Can I
tonight.
say my final thought?
Wait, I thought Chento was going.
Can I say a final
Oh wait,
thought?
you're picking. I'm sorry.
So I give my rating
You can
first?
go
Can I-
first.
can I-
What do you got?
Alright, thank you.
Jump around. Jump around. Get up. Give me that.
Like, I liked it,
Jump
but-
around. I like that one.
I think a lot of it was repetitive for me as a whole, so I'm gonna give it like
Party music.
6.5 to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little higher. I'll give it a 7. But like it caps out at a 7 for
That's
me
fair.
overall.
That's fair.
I'm gonna go 5.5.
Ooh.
Only
Okay.
for the fact that some of these songs were duds, and I'd hate to shit on the dudes, but they were duds. Like they could have cut this album
That's
like
a long
almost
track
in
list
half.
for how many, like, well, there's commercials in there and stuff
They
too.
could have
but,
made skits to fuck off from.
I'm gonna say a 7.5.
Yeah.
Alright.
Like I can see where you're coming from, honestly.
So yeah.
I'm gonna say like a probably
That was an average of like 5.7.
7.5?
Or no, like
6.5?
6 point.
It's around
Yeah,
that.
like a 7.
Yeah, it's kind of like above mid, right?
I'd say so.
half mid.
It's
I mean,
definitely
you know,
not.
but
it's not
like,
mid,
I already
but
know.
Yeah. Well, 5.5 is
one-
kind of a mid
one
score.
song-
It could be mid
so-
to some people.
Yeah.
Picking
Oh,
an
he's picking-
interesting one. I'm going with Virtue by the
Whoa.
Voids.
Oh, I
Which
read
the
that
Voids
wrong.
is
Holy
a
fuck.
band that the lead singer of the Strokes, Julian Casablancas,
He's
is
gay?
also the lead singer of, and this is their song from their album from 2018.